never understood why like I get it because like media covers games and money, yada yada yada. But like in all honesty, like it's a conflict of interest. The media, some reporters, and the players. It's like you're like because certain things sell more, and as soon as there looks like there's trouble with the team, the reporter's not writing a story about like what can you guys do to right it. They're saying what's wrong, who's to blame, should the coach still be there. It's like, and we let these guys into our locker room daily. We got to talk to them daily, and if we don't talk to them, we get fined, as Marshawn has told us.
Yeah, best
so,
Radio Row interview ever, by the way.
Oh, it's great. It's great. It's great. And I think more players should, because because like being in the locker room, like we know which reporters are there to write something good, and we know which reporters are there to try and break us up so that they can get the scoop on why this player sucks and why this coach should be fired. Like we know, because players read, like you read articles. Like I tried to ignore as much as I could, but like eventually you're gonna stumble across something. You're gonna hear something and you're gonna read it. And so we know, we have a very good idea about which people write which type of articles, and we're forced at some point to talk to these people that we don't like. They don't really like us, and they're just looking for an angle, looking for us to slip up in one sentence so that they can like take off
Find their quote
story that's going to completely decimate the locker room. Like
Are you taking notes, Ollie, for all this?
Yeah, I feel really sheepish about this because it's like speaking as somebody that's been in those locker rooms on like a handful of occasions and have spoken to footballers in the UK and stuff, soccer players. It's
I got it.
There are definitely people that have that angle of they're looking for that line, and I've been in press conferences where players have said something, but the context is completely taken out when a guy writes his story and clips up half of the quote and puts it down, so you only see the latter part, and it's really frustrating because as when I go down there, for the NFL stuff in particular, I'm just a bit starstruck. So I'm like, oh wow, like dude, these guys are normally thousands of miles away, and I get to ask somebody a question or something. That's great.
Right.
But there's also I have no, and I know a lot of people in the media don't have that ambition. They just want to get a line, but not necessarily the negative one. They just want the story, as in, okay, so you've been on a 4-game slide. Has there been anything that's been identifiable, rather than it being whose problem is it? And a lot of it comes down to the kind of the phrasing of a question.
Yeah.
And a lot of it then, though, comes down to there's a frustration sometimes from a media point of view that you guys are so well media trained. It's so different. You can have an off-mic conversation with somebody before the Super Bowl and be chatty and have a really kind of, proper, like a conversation like we've had this evening, and talk about like their family and their preparation and everything. And then you pull the microphone out and it's a mask is straight on. Oh yeah, we're just here to do a really good job. We're going to do this. And it's kind of, it's so agonizing because you want to just,
We're on to the next week.
That's not what you just said. You just told me something else. Yeah. But we have to now. I mean, like, it's just tough because you say one thing wrong that you probably didn't mean, or even something that you meant that you said that's taken out of context. And now my Twitter feed is people just cussing me out about something that I never even said or never even meant in that way. And so that's always been my fight with the media, and that's why, like, back to Patriots, that's why I think players handle themselves the way they do, and Bill handles himself the way he does around the media. Because, I mean, it's great when you're winning, but as soon as you have a mistake, oh my goodness, we're human and we lost the game. It's what's wrong. Is Tom old?
Yep.
It's time for Belichick to get fired. It's like,